Welcome to this technical focus dedicated to principles and good practices for design and implement an effective protection of underground spaces from humidity, water infiltration, and the penetration of dangerous gases. These problems are not limited to their technical nature. They also have repercussions on the safety, value of the property, and the well-being of the people who live there. We will specifically examine water infiltration, even under hydrostatic pressure, rising damp, and the presence of dangerous gases such as radon and methane, which can compromise the healthiness of underground spaces. The environments examined are exposed to multiple critical issues. Soil moisture, for example, capillary rising damp, groundwater or rainwater infiltrations, presence of dangerous gases in the ground. We will analyze in detail the causes, degradation mechanisms, and structural risks, supported by real construction site photographs and short illustrative clips.
Volteco offers integrated and certified systems to permanently solve these problems.
In this webinar, we will introduce waterproofing systems for new construction and renovations using synthetic membranes, profiles, and gaskets for construction and expansion joints, and flexible polymer modified coatings. Specific solutions also for service rooms, elevator pits, garages, and habitable underground spaces, topics that are increasingly attracting interest among professionals and final end clients. So, let's start our webinar by first asking, what does waterproofing mean to us? For us, waterproofing means protecting structures from water in all its forms, liquid, wet, or pressurized. Water, in fact, is one of the most aggressive agents for building materials, and the most common damages are concrete deterioration, seepage from construction joints, expansion joints, and cracks in general, corrosion of reinforcement, mold peeling coatings, failure and structural damage, even serious ones. Precisely for this reason, waterproofing cannot be considered an accessory element, but represents an essential structural component of the building project. It must be planned from the preliminary phase, in close integration with the architectural, structural, geological, and plant design. Its absence, or an inadequate choice, can compromise not only the functionality of the structure, but also its durability over time. In fact, one of the key factors in ensuring the useful life of a concrete structure is a conscious and comprehensive design that includes water management and the protection of critical points. Premature deterioration is often caused by superficial choices, concrete unsuitable for the context, lack of protection against water and humidity, and negligence in sealing joints and penetrations. The UNI EN 261 European Standard Defining Requirements, Specifications, Production, and Control of Structural Concrete, and UNI 1104 Italian Standard Detailing Requirements for Exposure Classes and Durability of Concrete. Standards establish clear rules for selecting, producing, and protecting concrete, indicating the parameters to be met based on the environment, the aggressiveness limits, the durability requirements, and the correct water-cement ratio. Before starting a project, it is essential to properly manage structural discontinuities, construction joints, expansion joints, and casting joints, which must be sealed with suitable systems to prevent water penetration and the triggering point for deterioration. But it is equally important to carefully evaluate the following aspects: the type of structure and its environment, the stresses expected during construction. These factors require careful selection of concrete, including the appropriate strength class, adequate coverage of the reinforcement, the consistency of the mix to promote compaction and homogeneity. Furthermore, it is essential to avoid alterations to the mix on site, such as adding water, which could compromise the material's performance. Another key concept is the nominal service life of the work, which is the expected period over which a structure must maintain its performance. This depends on the environment, use, quality of materials, but also, and above all, the effectiveness of the waterproofing. Protecting concrete from water particularly in underground structures, significantly increases its longevity. The most common mistakes in this area can be summarized in 3 main points. Lack of or inadequate planning. The waterproofing system cannot be improvised on site. Underestimating details, joints, edges, drains, penetrations. Each critical point requires a dedicated solution. Mistakes during installation, applications on wet or unprepared substrates, and the choice of solutions inappropriate for the context. Waterproofing only works if the design, materials, and installation are perfectly coordinated. Look through the most common technical issues. We have summarized them into 5 categories. 1. Cracks, due to different heights or under structural pressure. 2. Construction joints, points of discontinuity between consecutive pores. 3. Penetrations, systems, pipes, spacers. 4. Expansion joints, subject to cyclical movements. 5. Structural cracks, generated by unexpected or poorly distributed loads. The WT watertight joints range of hydro-expansive profiles addresses these specific issues. This product line was developed thanks to the extensive experience gained with Amphibia technology, which we will discuss later. This project has taken shape over time, through targeted studies and collaborations with universities and specialized institutes, with the aim of creating EPDM rubber-based profiles with controlled hydro-expansive behavior, suitable for various construction site situations. The WT watertight joints range consists of 4 main solutions, each designed for specific needs. WT construction, an optimal profile for construction joints, internally reinforced with a co-extruded metal mesh. This reinforcement serves to guide expansion uniformly and stabilize its behavior, even in case of difficult weather conditions. WT expansion, an ideal gasket for expansion and contraction joints, capable of withstanding high water pressure. WT panel, a modular panel that adheres to the surface under pressure, ensuring a continuous and effective seal. WT brake, a partition profile that guides and seals cracks in reinforced concrete structures, ensuring the compartmentalization of vertical structures. The images above effectively explain their specific use and user-friendly application. These products have excellent mechanical resistance, do not require protection during concrete pouring, and maintain their expansive capacity even after numerous wet and dry cycles. Furthermore, they can be easily shaped or combined depending on the geometry of the intervention. The images highlight typical applications ranging from sealing joints in new reinforced concrete structures to prefabricated buildings, tanks, water treatment plants, up to the internal lining of existing underground spaces. A sort of waterproof tank providing total protection. Let's now move on to the technology that, as mentioned previously, gave rise to the WT range. We're talking about Amphibia.
Amphibia is the Volteco waterproofing membrane, developed to protect environments from water.
It was designed to offer not only total waterproofing, but also a series of innovative features that work together to prevent any problems over time. Let's take a closer look at how this membrane works. It features self-sealing overlaps, which, combined with an adhesive mastic, guarantees a perfect seal even at overlaps. It has a self-repairing function. If micro damages or small punctures occur, the membrane's active layer activates automatically to restore the system's continuity, thus preventing infiltrations. Thanks to its exclusive technological configuration, it prevents lateral water migration. In practice, thanks to the combined effect of adhesion and gelling reaction, Amphibia prevents water from spreading along the plane between the membrane and the structure, improving overall protection. Furthermore, Amphibia adheres mechanically to fresh concrete, creating a stable bond with the structural casting and thus further reducing the risk of water penetration. All these aspects have been laboratory tested up to very high hydrostatic pressures, equal to 7 bar, confirming Amphibia's effectiveness even in particularly difficult conditions. In short, Amphibia represents the ideal solution for ensuring total protection of environments, even in complex contexts. Its high reactive capacity derives from the presence of 4 layers, each with a well-defined function. An outer layer that is waterproof and resistant to abrasion. A central core that activates in the presence of water, hydroreactive. An active layer for self-sealing and overlaps in surfaces. A modified non-woven textile that self-attaches to concrete, allowing for excellent adhesion to the substrate. The membrane also offers protection against humidity and the presence of gases such as radon and methane, which are particularly critical in underground environments. Amphibia adapts easily to the geometry of the construction site, making it a highly versatile solution for both new construction and redevelopment projects. Another very interesting aspect is that Amphibia works in combination with other systems from the Volteco range, such as specialized mortars and coatings of the bimortar line, the 000 chemical barrier, and Calibro dehumidifying plasters. In short, Amphibia is a complete and responsive waterproofing system that combines material technology and ease of installation to ensure long-lasting protection. This topic, just mentioned, is fully aligned with the New English Standard. In fact, BS 8100-2022, a standard for the protection of underground structures from water, specifically divides the level of waterproofing into 3 levels based on the intended use, analyzing the presence of water, the presence of humidity, and environmental health. This standard introduces important updates, particularly regarding Type B integral protection, which relies on the structure itself to ensure watertightness. The aim of the standard is to strengthen concrete waterproofing requirements by addressing both the quality of the materials and the design and installation methods. The most important recommendations include use of a specific design mix to reduce the risk of infiltration, particularly at critical points such as penetrations. Detailed definition of all mix parameters, including dimensions and concrete casting sequences. Controlled limitation of cracking with additional protection measures calibrated based on the required performance level. Use of water-repellent additives to increase water resistance. Designing water stops as a continuous system. In an effective waterproofing project, it is essential to ensure continuity between different technologies to create 1 or more lines of defense based on the level of risk identified. This strategy reduces problems that can arise from variables that are difficult to control on site, such as distribution of aggregates in the mix, quality of concrete vibration, presence of construction joints or movement joints, non-ideal weather or job site conditions. Precisely because of these critical issues in high-risk contexts, it is advisable to combine the waterproof structure with a second, or even a third, line of protection to ensure maximum reliability over time. An additional element highlighted by the regulation concerns the repairability of waterproofing systems. The possibility of remediating damage depends on various factors, such as the waterproofing method chosen, internal or external, the quality of the initial installation, and, of course, the extent of the problem. In the presence of leaks, it is essential to precisely identify the cause, cracks, unsealed joints, untreated penetrations, and take focused action. Main corrective measures include sealing joints and cracks, repairing penetrations, restoring construction joints, treating structural damage, applying waterproofing coatings to renovate concrete structures. It is important, of course, that these interventions are performed by specialized and authorized operators to ensure the effectiveness and durability of the repair. Our team is available for further information, assistance, or to discuss specific case studies and projects. You can contact us directly through our social media channels or by email.